James Marshall, Jimi Hendrix, an American guitarist, songwriter, and singer, redefined the landscape of popular music in just 4 years. His influence as an electric guitarist remains unparalleled, marking him as a seminal figure in 20th century music. Hendrix's approach was revolutionary. He transformed the electric guitar into an instrument of emotive power, using it to blend genres like rock, soul, blues, and jazz. His technique was not just about playing notes. It was about creating a sonic experience. Hendrix's mainstream career, though brief, was marked by groundbreaking achievements. He pushed the boundaries of what an electric guitar could do, using innovative techniques like feedback manipulation, overdriven amplifiers, and wah-wah pedals. These methods, now commonplace, were revolutionary at the time. His performances at Woodstock and the Monterey Pop Festival are historic, showcasing not just his musical brilliance but his charismatic stage presence. As a composer, Hendrix crafted a spectrum of songs, from the fierce energy of rock anthems to the intricate beauty of complex ballads. His album, Electric Ladyland, is often cited as one of the greatest in rock history. Songs like Purple Haze, Hey Joe, and The Wind Cries Mary became anthems of a generation, blending technical mastery with profound emotional and intellectual depth. Hendrix's impact transcended music. He became a cultural icon, linking diverse audiences and social movements. His style and persona resonated with both white and black audiences, at a time when America was deeply divided. By dressing in the flamboyant fashion of London's Carnaby Street, he presented a unique image that challenged racial and cultural norms. In conclusion, Jimi Hendrix was not just a musician. He was a visionary who forever altered the landscape of music and culture. His legacy is a testament to the power of innovation, passion, and the relentless pursuit of artistic excellence. Hendrix's story is a reminder that boundaries are meant to be pushed, and that true greatness often lies in the courage to be different and express oneself fully. Jimi Hendrix's mastery of the guitar transcended conventional playing, allowing him to explore what can be described as different musical frequency dimensions. His approach to the guitar was not just technical. It was deeply intuitive, enabling him to tap into a spectrum of sounds and emotions that few other musicians have accessed. Altering sound with equipment, Hendrix was known for his innovative use of guitar equipment. By manipulating amplifiers, effect pedals, and the guitar itself, he accessed a range of frequencies that went beyond the standard clean sound of electric guitars. He used overdriven amplifiers to create a rich, saturated tone that brought out harmonics and overtones, adding layers to the sound that were unheard of at the time. Feedback control. Hendrix was a master of controlled feedback. By interacting with his amplifiers at high volumes, he could coax the guitar into producing sustained notes and harmonic frequencies that seemed to exist in a space beyond traditional musical scales. This ability to control feedback allowed him to tap into a raw, primal sound that was both emotional and transcendent. Exploring modal scales and exotic tones, Hendrix was not confined to the pentatonic scales commonly used in rock and blues. He explored modal scales, which allowed him to create moods and atmospheres that were unusual in rock music. This exploration led to a fusion of musical styles, combining elements of Eastern music, jazz, and psychedelic rock, and opened up new frequency dimensions in his sound. Emotional expression through dynamics. Hendrix's playing was highly dynamic. He could shift from gentle, whisper-like tones to aggressive, roaring sounds within a single piece. This dynamic range gave his music an emotional depth that resonated on multiple levels with his audience. It was as if he was communicating complex emotions through the frequencies he generated from his guitar. Innovative recording techniques. In the studio, Hendrix and his engineers experimented with innovative recording techniques. They used techniques like phasing, stereo panning, and multi-tracking to create a sonic landscape that seemed to transport the listener to another dimension. These techniques expanded the range of frequencies and textures in his recordings, further enhancing the experience of his music. In essence, Jimi Hendrix did not just play music, he created aural experiences. He tapped into different frequency dimensions through his unique approach to the guitar, pushing the boundaries of what was possible and creating a legacy that continues to influence musicians and listeners alike. His ability to channel and manipulate sound transformed the electric guitar into an instrument of unparalleled expressive power. Continuing from the exploration of how Jimi Hendrix tapped into different music frequency dimensions. Use of the wah-wah pedal. Hendrix's use of the wah-wah pedal was revolutionary. This pedal allowed him to alter the tone and frequencies of his guitar, giving it a vocal-like quality. By skillfully manipulating the pedal, Hendrix could make his guitar speak, with cries and wails that resonated emotionally with listeners. This not only expanded the range of sounds he could produce but also added a human element to his guitar playing. Crossing genre boundaries. Hendrix's foray into various genres meant he was constantly exploring different tonal landscapes. From the blues, which is rich in emotional expression, to the experimental sounds of psychedelic rock, and even touches of jazz and funk, Hendrix's willingness to cross genre boundaries allowed him to experiment with a wide range of frequencies and textures. Intuitive connection with the instrument. Perhaps most importantly, Hendrix had an intuitive connection with his guitar. He understood it as an extension of himself, allowing him to express feelings and ideas that could not be put into words. This deep, almost mystical connection with his instrument enabled him to channel his innermost emotions into a broad spectrum of sonic frequencies, touching listeners at a profound level. Legacy in sound innovation. The techniques Hendrix developed and the sounds he created have had a lasting impact on music. He expanded the vocabulary of the electric guitar, inspiring countless musicians to explore beyond traditional sounds. The dimensions of sound he opened up continue to be explored by guitarists seeking to push the limits of their instrument. In summary, Jimi Hendrix's approach to playing the guitar was like accessing different dimensions of musical frequency. Through his innovative use of equipment, mastery of technique, and deep emotional expression, he created a rich tapestry of sounds that transcended traditional musical boundaries. His legacy lies not just in the notes he played, but in the emotional and sonic landscapes he created, which continue to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. Jimi Hendrix's musical journey transcended mere technical proficiency. It ventured into realms that connected with something one might describe as cosmic, communicating beyond the boundaries of human consciousness. His playing seemed to tap into a deeper, universal language, resonating with audiences on a profound, almost spiritual level. Cosmic imagery and themes. Hendrix often incorporated cosmic and psychedelic imagery into his music and performances. Songs like Third Stone from the Sun and 1983, A Merman I Should Turn to Be are imbued with references to space and alternate realities. This thematic choice reflected a deeper connection with the cosmos, as if his music were a bridge between the earthly and the ethereal. Transcending the limits of perception, Hendrix's music often took listeners on a journey beyond the ordinary limits of perception. Through his innovative use of sound and rhythm, he created aural landscapes that seemed to transport listeners to other dimensions. This was not just about escapism. It was about exploring the deeper aspects of the human psyche and the universe. Spiritual and mystical elements. Hendrix's approach to music had a spiritual and mystical quality. He seemed to channel energies and emotions that went beyond the personal, tapping into a collective unconscious. This spiritual dimension of his music provided a sense of connection and unity, resonating with listeners' innermost feelings and thoughts. Philosophical and reflective lyrics. Beyond his guitar work, Hendrix's lyrics often reflected a deep philosophical and reflective mind. He pondered existential questions and explored themes of love, peace, and the human condition. These themes, combined with his transcendent music, created a sense of communication beyond the ordinary, reaching towards something greater. Influence from diverse cultural and musical traditions. Hendrix's exposure to a variety of cultural and musical traditions contributed to his unique sound. He drew inspiration from African American blues, British rock, Native American music, and Eastern philosophies, synthesizing them into a unique expression. This eclectic mix allowed him to create music that transcended cultural and geographical boundaries, tapping into a universal human experience. Legacy in consciousness expansion. Hendrix's music has been associated with the consciousness expansion movement of the 1960s and 70s. His psychedelic soundtracks provided a backdrop for a generation exploring beyond the limits of conventional thought and societal norms. In this way, his music became a catalyst for personal and collective exploration of consciousness. In conclusion, Jimi Hendrix's connection to the cosmic and his ability to communicate beyond human consciousness through his music was a defining aspect of his artistry. He used his guitar not just as a musical instrument, but as a tool for exploration and expression of deeper truths, touching on themes of spirituality, unity, and the mysteries of the universe. His legacy is not only in the notes and rhythms he played but in the expansive and profound impact his music has on listeners' minds and spirits. Hendrix's work remains a testament to the power of music as a universal language and a means of connecting with the cosmos and the deeper aspects of human existence. Click like, subscribe, and share this channel.